Hello, my name is Rich Rose. I'm a solutions architect with Veritas, and today we're going to show you how we can use APTARE to help in your journey to the cloud. Customers have been using APTARE for years to monitor their on-prem VMware environment. We monitor all their storage, we monitor all their backups, and one of the newest use cases is how to use APTARE to try to right-size and migrate your on-prem applications to the cloud. Now, most of our customers have VMware, and their natural inclination is to just go through their environment and just pick which systems they want to move, find a similarly configured instance type using the Azure pricing calculator, and then move the workload. The problem with that is it could end up costing a lot more money if you end up migrating the system exactly as it's configured on-prem. So let's analyze that. Let's look at our on-prem environment. So I've got VMs here. I'm going to sort them by the number of vCPUs. And as you can see, I've got everything from 16 gigs of RAM, 16 CPUs. I've got some with 4 gigs of RAM and 4 CPUs. And APTARE has been monitoring their usage over the entire month. So I can see actually how much memory, in this case, how much CPU is used. And I can run this report and I can see how much memory was used across those VMs at that time. And so now, how can we use this information to then right-size our environment so when we do move our workloads to Azure, we're doing them in an intelligent way? So let's look at this report, which does that analysis. And let's sort them again by number of vCPUs. So I've got a system here that had 16 vCPUs, and it's got 16 gigs of RAM. And it's been running for 682 hours. So another thing that APTARE is doing is we're calculating how long VM is running. Even VMware can't even tell you that. We are monitoring this system and tracking it throughout the entire process. And we see that if we just took this as it's configured with 16 gigs of RAM and 16 CPUs, that would translate in Azure to what would be known as a D5 V2 instance type. And based on the amount of time that that system was running, we could see that that system would cost about $1,500 a month if we were to move it exactly as it's configured. Now, because we were doing the calculations and collections on this system over that monthly period, we can see that the average CPU use and actually the peak CPU use is only about 3.42%. That's a very small number. And if we look at its memory, it's only used maximum at that monthly period was only 27% of that 16 gig of RAM. So remember that system over here. Let's sort it and look at it. Sort of my memory. That's Service Lab 7. Look, you can see its memory hardly used. One day there was a little blip where there was actually some memory use. So we have all the numbers to substantiate that. So based on the fact that it's only using about 27% of the memory and about a tiny fraction of the CPU, that system we calculate that it would only need a D2 V2 if moved into the cloud, and that would only cost $190 a month. So this is an example of how we can look across your entire VMware environment. We can show you what it would directly translate to if you were to move it, and we can make a recommendation based on what its actual consumption was. Once that system's in the cloud, APTARE can then further take over, and we can see all of your Azure instances. We are capturing information about the Azure backups. We can show you high-level metrics across all of the services that are consuming within Azure. And we can continue to monitor your on-prem environment. We can create customized dashboards that we can simply have our on-prem as well as our Azure instances side by side. And as the migrations are occurring, you'll see the numbers on this side going down and the numbers on this side going up. So just another use case for APTARE. If you'd like some more information on this, please visit us at veritas.com. Thank you.